Would you like me to show them how the sign of the curse works? Completely different. How does it go? No, not at you people out there in the audience, but this is the difference. Aim it toward Red China, would you? This is the sign of the horns. A curse sign, the two fingers extended. This way, spread apart for sort of shotgun. The other one's the pox sign, that's three fingers extended. A pox on you? A pox on you. During the Middle Ages, this was... Yeah. Yes. But originally...
What's going on, Obasi Posse? Welcome back to my channel, back again for another year in a row where we take a look at the obscenities of the Super Bowl, a yearly event that drowns every single human being who watches it into occult and satanic symbolism and philosophy, stemming all the way back from ancient Babylon and the earliest of esoteric writings. Now, last year my video on this went quite viral, and although I have been highly suppressed and censored here, I'm hoping we can get this to as many eyes as possible as we did last year, so please share this video to everyone, being that I'm banned on mainstream social media networks and currently cannot share it myself. So this year, 2021, we have Miley Cyrus, the American singer-songwriter, who, once having a seemingly innocent reputation as Hannah Montana, formulates a new reputation stemming eerily similar to the ancient pagan fertility goddess. The over-sexualization of all these events should never be something to tolerate or be normalized. I just want to say that there. Speaking of tolerate, this form of tolerating stems directly from Constantine in 312 AD in the proclamation of the Edict of Milan, and Milan essentially means to tolerate. This is where the mixing of paganism and Christianity came about. Under his rule, where we are expected to tolerate such atrocities and satanic rituals, and going as far as mixing them with Christianity, desensitization over sexualization, and growing the ignorant eyes of grotesque pagan practices. We see this in many writings that tolerance of these blasphemies play an essential role today. Even writings from Helen Keller, an open Satanist and theosophist who explains this form of tolerance in her book entitled My Religion, which was later retitled in the later times to A Light in My Darkness. Now, with that being said, with those of you who did watch it, Miley Cyrus was the first performance, and she has branded her tongue, essentially, just as the Rolling Stones and the band Kiss did, all of which openly vowed the same commandment written by none other than Aleister Crowley, whom was openly satanic, stating, "Do what thou wilt." And the entire meaning of the sticking out of one's tongue is much deeper and darker than many think. This is why we see it all over different countries and cultures, here in Medusa, Hinduism, and many more. Now, on top of Miley's over-sexualization and pro-androgynous outlook on life, remember Baphomet is both male and female, she also wears the number 25, which is Tammuz's birthday. Many people think it's Jesus Christ's birthday. Newsflash, Christmas is pagan. And many other gods such as Horus, Buddha, they're all born on the 25th. It has to do with the solstice, the winter solstice. I have a whole video on that too if you want to watch it. And then we see her pull out a giant devil-horned foam thumb, clearly looking like a devil's hand, and we know from the author of the Satanic Bible himself, Anton LaVey, as shown in the beginning of this video, that this is not a symbol of rock and roll, so no one in the comments come for me, and it's not a universal symbol for love. It is a cursed horned hand representing the goat of Mendes, synonymous with Baphomet, Lucifer, Satan, and much more. Now moving on, we go to The Weeknd's performance, and The Weeknd came out with this message, because although the Super Bowl, as well as every other possible form of media, as I mentioned, on this planet is way too graphic and overly sexualized, he says he will do his best to keep it family friendly.
Definitely want to be respectful to the viewers at home. I will still incorporate some of the storyline. It's a very cohesive story I've been telling throughout this era and throughout this year. So the story will continue, but definitely will keep it PG for the families.
But if anyone's seen the disturbing video of his latest album, which he clearly has a story to tell, I have no words for how wrong and disgustingly foul and evil it is, being that he gets possessed early in his video and his soul is no longer his own, shown through his eye change to serpent eyes, and his head eventually getting severed and worshipped with orgies and sexual rituals with the dead, among all other things that are included in that very disturbing film to which he stars in. No one should watch it. I don't recommend it. And the symbolism is very strong in that video, just as it is in his Super Bowl performance. See all these kind of transhumanist type Pope-wearing figures on the side here with the splitting of the sea per se, if we're going to all are. But for more in-depth descriptions on a lot of symbolism we touched here today, as well as many others, I have a bunch of playlists and I make videos as often as I can, so be sure to check that out, subscribe, and feel free to support me on Patreon. And with that being said, I'm very curious to hear what you guys think in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.